Right, listen up, you towny folk. Living in the countryside, as I've recently discovered, isn't all about fresh air and birdsong. It's mud, it's potholes the size of small reservoirs, and it's tractors moving slower than a snail in a glacier. Choosing the right car out here is more critical than finding a dry sock in a sheepdog's kennel. So, before you trade your fancy shoes for wellies, let's talk about 5 cars that'll leave you more stranded than a cow in a tree. Inspired by my, shall we say, educational experiences on Clarkson's farm, we're separating the wheat from the chaff, the tractors from the toys. If you're thinking about joining us in the countryside, avoid these cars like you'd avoid a ram in mating season. The Smart Fortwo. What were they thinking? It's about as much use in the countryside as a chocolate fireguard. You'd be better off strapping yourself to a badger and shouting mush. First, you've got ground clearance that wouldn't clear a butter pat. One speed bump and you'll be replacing the exhaust pipe more often than I replace my wellies after a day mucking out. And don't even get me started on the engine. Trying to overtake a tractor in this thing is like trying to outrun a combine harvester on a mobility scooter. You'd be stuck behind a tractor for so long you'd practically be on a first-name basis with the sheep in the trailer. The Fiat 500. Now, I appreciate a bit of Italian flair as much as the next bloke, but this little fella is about as suited to the countryside as a gondola is to the M25. It's like trying to navigate a muddy field in a pair of designer loafers. You'll be up to your axles in mud before you can say arrivederci. And don't even think about fitting your wellies, shotgun, and a week's worth of shopping in the back. You'd have more luck stuffing a family of 4 into a phone booth. Trust me, leave the Fiat 500 to the city slickers. Chapter 3, Nissan Leaf, range anxiety in the sticks. The Nissan Leaf. Look, electric cars have their place, but that place is not a field in the middle of nowhere with the nearest charging point 100 miles away. Imagine this, you're halfway to the farmer's market, your prize pumpkin in the back, and suddenly silence. No engine roar, no sputtering, just the sound of sheep judging your life choices. And forget about finding a charging point. You will have more luck finding a vegan sausage at a hog roast. The countryside runs on diesel, not dreams, my friend. Chapter 4, Mazda MX-5. More hairdresser, less horsepower. The Mazda MX-5, a nippy little sports car, I'll grant you, but about as useful as a screen door on a submarine out here. First off, you'll be scraping the bottom on every pothole and speed bump. You'll spend more time at the mechanic than you will behind the wheel. And good luck fitting anything more than a loaf of bread in that boot. You'll have to strap your groceries to the roof and hope for the best. This is a car for cruising the Riviera, not rescuing sheep from a ditch. Chapter 5, Tesla Model S, more Silicon Valley, less country mile. The Tesla Model S. Now, I'm all for progress, but this is like bringing a smartphone to a gunfight. It's flashy, it's expensive, and it'll get you noticed. But it's about as practical as a pair of ice skates in a desert. You'll be queuing up at the village hall to charge your car, surrounded by gossiping pensioners who think you've landed a spaceship. And don't even think about taking it off-road. One wrong turn and you'll be calling in a tractor to pull you out of the mud. Stick to the city where the air is clean and the only mud you'll encounter is on your designer trainers. After choosing the right ride for rural life, so there you have it. 5 cars that'll have you wishing you'd never left the city. Remember, out here in the sticks, you need a car that can handle the rough and tumble, not one that'll throw a hissy fit at the first sign of mud. You need something rugged, reliable, and with enough ground clearance to clear a hedge. Think Land Rover Defender, Toyota Hilux, Subaru Outback, Dacia Duster, Ford Ranger, proper workhorses, not show ponies. These are cars that can handle a bit of mud, a few bumps, and maybe even a sheep or two in the back. Choose wisely, my friends, and remember, it's not about how fast you can go, it's about how much mud you can handle. To find out more, visit My Rural Lifestyle today.